I've been riding motorcycles since I was 8 years old. It is the greatest. Join me and some of the top racers in the world as we explore the 5 coolest things about their sport.
Getting ready to go out for the main. You're in the rider's lounge in your truck, get all your gear on, they got the bike all warmed up, you come outside, you get on the bike, and the ride from there to the starting line. What's that like in the main at a Supercross?
Well, usually when I'm riding down from my semi down to the start, you have to ride, probably it's about a 20-second ride. You got to ride through the pits, and the 125 final is usually racing at that point, so the pits are fairly empty. So it's kind of a cool little ride. You get to, you get to cruise and you get to think about what's going on. When you enter the tunnel and you're going down onto the track, that's when you get in the mix with the other guys that you're going to race against. So then it becomes like this little mental psych thing, and you're hanging out. You're concentrating. You're leaning on the fence. You're trying not to talk too much to the other guys, and it's really this one big like cat and mouse mental thing when you're down there.
Well, what are you thinking about? What are you trying not to think about?
Well, I think more than anything for me, I try not to think about what the race that's coming up. If you just start thinking about it too early, you're just gonna get all haywire and make yourself really, really upset. And when the nerves really, really start to kick in is when you're on your parade lap, which is the one lap that we do. It's like a sighting lap. You get to go around the track and check out the lines and everything. It's about 3 minutes probably before the start of the race.
So you can see if anything's changed.
Yeah,
developed.
yeah, exactly. You check out the track, see if there's some ruts, or kind of basically go pick your line. And that's when the nerves start to go. While I'm on the starting gate, I think about only the start. I'm not thinking about the race, because I always told myself, hey, if you can get the start here, the race is going to be 10 times easier than it ever would be if you were back in the pack.
Have you always done that shift with your heel? Were you the first one you think to do that? I've been watching it.
Yeah, well, I had a hurt foot one time and I couldn't get up there and do it. I haven't always done that, but since I start with 2 feet down, and when you take off, you have to pull your foot. You might as well just get it on the way up rather than having to put your foot on the foot peg and then shift.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
So if you can get shifting quicker than the next guy, usually you'll jump out, half a bike, and then you can get your elbows in front of the other guy, and then you can control your line or even his line.
What's that like? Elbows in your face, right in your way? Or?
Well, it's really.
No, you're supposed to say, well, I wouldn't know, I'm out front.
Yeah, it's really like, if you get in there and you're not in front, and you're around some other guys, you need to tuck in, so you can try and fit through the holes. Oof. Because the guy that's a half a bike in front of you is going to have his arms out,
right.
And it's hard to drive around that. So you have to be in tight. Obviously, if you get the start and you're in front, then that's a cool feeling because you can control the next guy. All you got to do is move over a little bit. And, when you get a foot or two in front of the next guy's bars, that's a great feeling.
Here comes McGrath. He's got the inside. McGrath is now our leader. And look at Damon Huffman also trying to sneak in to take second place.
What do you think the best preparation for Supercross is? Just pounding laps out, or there's other things like road bike, or?
Well, I think a lot of guys run, a lot of guys road bicycle. I would say that the majority of the guys all lift weights, and it basically comes down to what you started with. I mean, you can do all the cardio, you have to do all that, but pounding laps is probably, there's no substitute for seat time. And believe it or not, I mean, when we ride, your heart rate's really usually around 180, 185 for 20 minutes. If you can stay right in there and not blow up, then that's when you can last 20 laps. And I think you get that stamina from practicing. The third coolest thing is experiencing the fans. I mean, when you're winning a race and the fans are cheering you on and you can hear them while you're riding under your helmet is a pretty cool thing. I know when I was really younger, when I was a lot younger, it was pretty overwhelming. I mean, you could hear the fans and it just pumps you up.
Yeah, and you're like probably one of the first ones that really played to that, you know?
Yeah, especially with the knack. I mean, I was kind of been a show-off a little bit most of my whole life, even when I'm riding.
Yeah, but justified, not unjustified, totally justified, I think.
I could back it up. So
Yeah, absolutely.